Hey everybody, it's good to see all of you. It's an honor that you guys decided to indeed show up. Really appreciate it. It's very nice of all of you to take the time out of your day and just join me. Today I wanted to start the day with some light entertainment. So there's this video that I really enjoy, and I'm not sure if it would land, the same way as it lands for me personally. But let's give it a go. So basically, the backstory is this is Ty Cruz, and he's a guy that I think he's something's off about him. Like he's selling something. Like this guy is pretending to be rich, and he's selling like a get rich quick scheme or something like that. And there's this guy who memes him. So basically, he takes his videos and he just remakes them into clips that I find very funny and hilarious. So let's just listen to it, and you guys tell me what you think. And once again, I'm very happy that all of you decided to show up, whether it's Twitch Live or whether it's on YouTube. I like to have a tight-knit community, I don't care too much about the extravagant numbers, but it's nice to see familiar faces in the chat. So, bless your souls. Let's take a look. Here in my garage.
Just bought this new Lamborghini here. It's fun to drive up here in the Hollywood Hills. But you know what I like a lot more than knowledge? This new Lamborghini here. But you know what I like a lot more than the new Lamborghini here? My TEDx talk where I talk about this
new Lamborghini here.
In fact, I'm a lot more proud of these 7 new Hollywood Hills that I had to get installed to hold 2,000 new Lamborghinis. It's like the Buffett Warren billionaire says, the more you earn, the more you drive up here in the Hollywood Hills. In fact, the real reason I keep this Lamborghini here is that it's a reminder that dreams are still possible, because it wasn't that long ago when I was in a little bit sleeping on bookshelves in the Hollywood Hills with only $47 billion in my bank account and only 47 Lamborghinis in my Lamborghini account and only 47 hills in my Hollywood account and only 47 TEDx talks where I talk about Warren Buffett account. But you know what? Something happened that changed my life. I bumped into a Lamborghini and another Lamborghini, and a few more Lamborghinis. I found 5 Lamborghinis. I don't call it money anymore. I call it fuel units. You must have enough fuel units. You must have enough Lamborghinis. You must construct additional. I'll see you on the website. It's a quick video, and you'll see there absolutely nothing.
It's just great. I don't know why I love it. This is just hilarious to me. I don't know why.
Hey, here in my backyard.
And there's so many of them.
People asked me to do like a MTV Cribs little tour.
I haven't seen this one.
Show a little bit of my mobile home, but more importantly, I'm gonna share with you my bathroom I use as a library. But more importantly, I'm gonna share with you bathroom and.
I have a library that I use as a bathroom.
Obviously, pool, some bananas and stuff.
Some bananas.
It's got a full court bathroom, so if you like to play basketball or bathroom ball or tennis, it's important to understand how to win basketball. That's a big one. Basketball. I like movies. That's how I end up on a couch doing Brazilian. I'm not sure what to do. I'm not gonna go through all the rooms. This place has a lot of rooms. There's a bathroom and library and party room and fish room. It's got some fish. They're all under here. This is where I fish. You know, I've been on this since I was young. I'm not a good fish at all, so you know, I don't have all my fish here, but I think I have 17,000 square fish. Got a cool door.
Yo, daddy, I suck your big black dick for $2.
There's somebody here waiting.
What?
You know, say hello to my little fish. We live in a world full of master players, you know what I'm saying? And then you get
Whatever. That's enough of Ty Cruz. I got some fish. This is where I fish. I don't know. It's just so stupid. It's just so stupid. Professor Akali and Karaspai drama. What happened? Is there some summary that we can watch? Nevertheless, let's take a look at Caps recaps with Caps and Wonder after another O2 week. I thought this would be a good segue to talking about the LEC as a whole. Let's watch.
Caps recaps with Caps and Wunder this time, presented by BMW. This was the week that all the United and rivalry teams lost, except for Fnatic. How do you feel about that?
It's really great. I think it's good that we are united in rivalry and also united in losing, besides Fnatic. I mean, obviously, when all the other teams besides Fnatic lose, we also feel like it's our obligation to lose, right? And I think we managed to like deliver a pretty solid game, at least against Misfits. But then we were like, well, shit, we have to lose, right? So we just lost the game.
Wait, let me do it louder.
Yeah, was looking like a win for a while.
Honestly, I feel bad for them. Imagine like being so unlucky. It's not muted. It's just like they're being forced to film this right after the tough game. I'll rewind it for the homies.
United in rivalry and also united in losing, besides Fnatic. So yeah, I mean, obviously, when all the other teams besides Fnatic lose, we also feel like it's our obligation to lose, right? And I think we managed to like deliver a pretty solid game, at least against Misfits. But then we were like, well, shit, we have to lose, right? So we just
Aye.
Yeah, was looking like a win for a while until the clock rang. But on a more serious note, what went wrong this weekend?
I think this was the weekend where we had one less day of scrimming for unknown reasons. Could be reasons because we are actually all pursuing our new profession, which is acting, and
Jesus.
and stuff like that, right? So yeah, I think that for sure was a factor into it. And yeah, I think maybe we had a pretty productive talk throughout the week, and we kind of like went back to our old habits day one, or not old habits, like our fresh habits that we just recently changed or talked about changing. So that's like a work in progress. I think we showed better understanding of how we want to approach the game going forward. Not necessarily the right way, but just something that might work for us in the long run. So yeah, I mean, this game for sure showed more promise against Misfits, but I think the game against where we lost to EXO, I think the game was for sure way worse and was something that I kind of expected with how like our preparation for the game went. I kind of expected it to not be the best game that we've ever played, and definitely wasn't. So yeah.
But enough about losing. Next week we are going back to the stage. How do you feel about that?
Next week we are going back to stage, and it's announced apparently. So if you didn't know it before this, now you know. And if you didn't know it before this, you probably don't know, because then it's probably cut from this Caps recaps with Caps and Wonder. But yeah, I mean, it's probably gonna be fun playing on stage. Definitely missing some of the, I guess, adrenaline that you get from just, well, playing against people you can actually see in real life, and also playing, well, in a studio. But of course, not gonna be the same still without fans. think that's like the biggest thing that I bet a lot of pro players miss, is like playing in a full stadium, you know, playing like playoffs, finals, something like this with like 10,000, maybe even more fans screaming, where you almost can't like hear each other. That's for sure like where this one of the best things about being a pro player, I think. So that's something we still miss, and we hope we get back, I guess, like this year or maybe next one.
Yeah. And other than that, I mean, we had now 2 weeks of going 0-2. But is that because you didn't pay the internet bill?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely, that's why.
It's around like the same time like last split where we didn't pay the internet bill. I think it's just like a reoccurring thing. Yeah, maybe it's the internet provider doesn't really like us too much. Must be it. I think we can for sure blame this on. We had packet loss around like the Elder Drake respawn timer. The Elder Drake respawn timer. We were dealing with packet loss, and we actually just forgot to spawn even. So. And then we had packet loss again, so we couldn't even run away. We just had to fight as well against the Elder team, because that works out usually. So we just decided to do that. Yeah. What do you think? Do you have any closing words?
Well, I believe that now we'll come back to stage. Hopefully Riot paid the internet bill and we'll smurf on everyone there.
All right. I didn't realize Jesus on a scooter uploaded this. Nevertheless, on the topic of G2, of course, you know, someone wrote in the chat exactly what Absu tweeted, right? Let's talk about the state of the LEC, you know? I'm telling you guys, I told you guys in the last week, episode 2, is sometimes something small can go wrong, something small can go right, and that can be the difference maker between winning and losing. And as a community, the fandom, the only thing that they see is the result. And that's what they cling on to, right? Those moments are moments that the average person identifies themselves in the most. Look at these, they fought against the Elder, ha ha ha. It's like very easy to relate to some of the grief that occurs. And as a species, we are heavily gravitated towards negativity. But the G2 players, you know, like I think, you know, as a competitor, I would never, like it would take maybe 2-3 years of them playing at this level in order for me to not, you know, respect them the same way, you know? These guys have done enough great things individually and as a team for me to, you know, like they have lots of, what is the correct term here? Lots of credit to spend, right? They have lots of credit to spend, you know? And these guys are so charismatic. I thought the key piece there was just Wunder mentioning that, you know, they wasted the day on their second career option. Just you know, they are very charismatic people, good players. I will never underestimate G2. It'll take a long time before I underestimate G2. And I think these small details. I think EU teams kind of don't respect G2 anymore. That's very wrong. I can assure you that's wrong. I am a part of an EU team, and I literally just told you that I still respect G2. And everything else beyond that is speculation, you know? They have fantastic players, and it's going to take a lot more before they lose that status, you know, as elite players. So I think that any negativity thrown in the direction is completely pointless. On the topic of who's first place. We have Misfits. You know, let's just pull up the standings. I guess that's the way to do it. Let's pull up the standings and pull up window capture again. So in regards to the standings, Misfits, you know, in order to be at this level, you know, 7-2, you need to have some luck. It's just the nature of it, you know. Sometimes, you know, something swings a game in your way, like that Elder Dragon game, the game against us when we just threw the game, and then all of a sudden, you know, they are 5-4, and they wouldn't be viewed in such a great light. Misfits definitely is playing a lot better than I expected them to. I think they have great momentum. I think they have really good preparation. I think that's a strength of theirs. I think Hirit and Razork are playing very well. I think that's, you know, good. You know, sometimes you have bad luck, sometimes you have good luck. It really, really goes that way, you know? Sometimes something silly happens and, you know, it's the best of one. You just have to tank it. It occurs, you know? And all in all, still, you know, I think Misfits is a good team. But if someone asked me for predictions of who is going to be at the top at the end, I still feel like G2, Mad, Fnatic, Rogue are just in a different tier altogether. But we are ramping up, and you know, Misfits still have an opportunity to surprise. Like, my respect for them has definitely increased. Their credit has increased over the span of the split. But in my mind, you know, them being first place is not an indication. You know, and in regards to Rogue, you know, often the conversation in regards to Rogue, people are surprised that Rogue is, you know, when people talk about 3 teams being at the top, Rogue is in a lot of people's top 3, not included. And, you know, in regular season, they are monsters. Very good in regular season. Very disciplined, good at taking best of 1 victories because their input is consistently the same. I think this type of an approach can hurt you in the long term because you will find out less about yourself over the span of the split. And you know, eventually, every team that is competing will eventually play their final game. Who are you when you play your final game? That's what matters. Who are you when you play your final game? That's the question. Because any team that competes will eventually play their final game in the competition. Who are you then? And that matters. And after that, all of these standings are not gonna matter. The only thing that is going to matter is what is your input in the final game that you're playing of the season. Astralis is very interesting. You know, Astralis, I think White Knight, Zanzara, good fucking players. Promiscu had a great trash game. I was telling you guys last week as well, the White Knight is performing well. Very, very good of him, you know. Astralis is going to be interesting to watch. Excel, finally they brought in Markoon, and they go 2-0. Wow. Yay! Thank you very much for your subscription in Sanguine Low. Appreciate it. Thank you. They subbed in Markoon, and there you go. I also mentioned last week, you know, Nuktak is a great player, best performer on that team, and now he has a jungler, which goes a long way. And that's it. Team Vitality, you know, Team Vitality is a very volatile team, you know. awkward to play against, but they suffer from lack of discipline. We lost against Schalke. Honestly, we lost against ourselves, I feel. You know, in regards to Fnatic, I take full responsibility for this loss. It's pretty much just my fault. There's no other way to put it. That my preparation was poor, and I can't really share too much more on the topic, of course, because there would be a massive conflict of interest. But in the end, you know, I just grieved it. You know, I just grieved it very, very hard, and that's the story of my life. You know. Well, not the story of my life. Jesus, that's the story of the game. I'm not that down on myself. That's just the story of the game. Forgive me. It's Sunday. You know how it is on Sundays. It's my slow day. This is where I get to, you know, decompress. So I grieved it. Second game was pretty good. We got to see Hylissang Pyke, you know. This one has been in the cooker for long, you know. And he came out well done, you know. I like my meat, you know, rare or medium rare. I like it bloody, but, you know, we've kept this Pyke in the cooker for quite long, and it came out well done. He had some juicy, you know, moments in the game. He had some fun moments in the game. But all in all, you know, I'm happy we got to bust it out. We had a fun composition. We just, pretty much how I draft is I filtered the champions by the day they were released, and then I just picked them. As you can see, we have a very modern composition, right? We have Kai'Sa, Pyke, Sylas, Viego, and Gwen. So basically, the later they were released, the more things their spells do. Their spells do more things. The kit is just overloaded. And when your spells do more things than the opponent's spells, then most likely you're going to win. You know? That's just how it is. Think about it, right? Blitzcrank, old champion. Q is a hook. What is it for Pyke? Q is a hook. You can charge, you can decide when you release that you can Q flash, you can stab people. You know, it's just so much more. Blitzcrank, move speed spell that gives him attack speed. He rusts along the way and he starts to fucking break down and gets fucking rooted by his own spell. Pyke presses W. Invisibility. He's invisible, and then he has move speed, has no drawback, scares people with his Psyop skin. Fantastic. Blitzcrank. E. An attack modifier. Donk. Pyke E. Can stun 5 people. Boom. Broken. Blitzcrank ult. AoE ability that does damage. Removes shields. Pyke. AoE ability that doesn't give a shit about shields because it executes people. Boom. Gives you more money. Ka-ching! Gorgeous. So the logic is pretty straightforward. You filter the champion list by release date, and then you just pick those champs. I did the same in spring, right? I did the same in spring. There was this lovely composition I made. Let me try to find it for you guys. Spring season. Pick and ban. I believe it was week 4. Fnatic. Oh yeah, here it was. Oh, you guys don't see this one. Look at that. So yeah. Here we just filtered by release date. And then boom. Free win. Just filtered by release date. So we had Rel, Samira, Lilia, Seraphine, Riven. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. So all in all, you know, we're feeling good. We know what we need to work on. 6-3, it's a fine, it's a respectable scoreline. But it's important to note that seeding is more important than ever, and we need to, you know, take those wins against teams like Schalke. Atomic Habits, I have the book right there. So, you know, a step ahead of you. I have the book. It's a good one. All in all, I think, you know, the LEC is exciting. We have a lot of good teams. I don't think you can really relax against anybody. This weekend, we play against Vitality and XL. Blues 2271. I absolutely love Upset, and I think he's one of the best ADCs in the league. Only thing I might worry about is his mid to late game. In game 1, he could have flashed a kick, for example. Do you try to work on his late game with him, or am I completely wrong? You're completely wrong. Sorry. Why are enchanters so underrated, by the way? I think they're really strong at the moment, especially with champs like Olaf or Viego. Because these champions have too little impact in terms of what they can achieve when they roam. They have fewer conditions they're good in. And also, super tank items are very strong right now. Like, they are very strong. There's Abyssal Mask, there's Solari, there's Anathema's Chains. These items are very, very powerful. Very strong. What about SK? Can you relax against them? No, we need to, like, we had to unleash some pent-up rage that occurred after the Schalke game. Like, the players were pissed off. It's like, yeah, man, you fucked us. It's like, yeah, man, let's just unleash on SK. Yeah? Schalke game was sad. The second game with a 4-kill leader, we lost the split. Yes. That's on me, man. You can blame me. It's on me. Thoughts on G2 having a stinker start of a spring split? Do you believe they can regain their form? They've had many stinky starts of splits. Look at that roster, and, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, extra roster changes are definitely positive. They went 2-0. I think it would require some grade A gymnastics in order for you to, you know, think that these are not good. Which is the most mechanical roster of the LEC? It's G2 after Fnatic. Take our roster and then G2. What do you think about Ellis saying that Hylissang does not think about his decisions in game and that he only pops off when the enemies are griefing? I don't know. Like, that is ridiculous. Very ridiculous. I can tell you on good authority that Hilly is one of the smartest players, if not the smartest player that I've ever worked with. And think of the list of players that I've worked with, okay? Just think of the list of players that I've worked with. Okay? I'll just throw some names out there, right? Worked with Wunder. I played with Reckless very long time ago. Mickey. Bwipo. You know, it's just... The list is long. Nukdak. Kabushard. Kobe. Vander. These are some good-ass fucking players. They weren't smart before they joined G2 though? What? What is smoking, man? You know how Wunder was the best top player in Europe by far before he joined G2. It was not even a conversation. It's not even a conversation. Mickey was also fantastic, you know? I wonder didn't play much World of Warcraft in Splice. I think that's irrelevant. I don't know what you're talking about, Shadows Levin. I remember interviews how Perks had to teach everyone macro in 2018 when they all joined. Well, Mickey didn't join in 2018, only Wunder did. And Wunder, you know, maybe it's different with Jankos, Yanan, and Wadid, but Wunder knew how to play macro well. Okay. I don't care about the Ellis clip, guys. Stop trying to come to make some drama here. Like, it's fine. He has an opinion about Hilly, that's okay. I don't care. It's completely fine. This is a very small channel. 300 people are watching. I have no interest in creating friction with a channel that has 20,000 people watching. This is going to cause me unnecessary anxiety and stress, so I don't want it. Hilly-sang is a fantastic player. Hilly is one of the smartest players that have graced the game, and he continuously is pioneer in what is considered and expected from a support. This guy really gets the most out of his role. And, you know, if you look at the best supports worldwide, right, they have this element to them that they are going to get the most out of the role, they are going to take risks. They're going to take risks. Beryl, when he won Worlds, was dying left and right. But man, you could feel his fucking presence in the game. Hilly at the World Championship, his presence was felt in the game. These are the supports that are the toughest to play against. Mickey, when G2 was at the top, he was dying left and right too. But this is just an element of the risk that you take in order to put wards that no one else is going to put, to find flanks that no one else is going to find, to have the presence of yourself in the game be felt as much as possible. There is an element of risk to it. If Fnatic joined LPL this summer split, what place do you think they would end? It's hard to say, you know, because we would improve at a much faster rate than we would in the LEC being in the LPL. So that is always an element. But currently, I think we would be able to, you know, I think maybe top 6, top 5, you know? I think we have some work to do, but we would improve so fucking fast playing in the LPL. It would be so broken. It would be so broken. The amount of scrims that are like, when you're in the LEC, just you play a full scrim day and you're like, There's no other sound to describe it. So forgive me. What do you think about the current state of majors? Majors are fine. Just fine. They're not great, but they're fine. I have an unpopular opinion. Jizuki would be amazing in this Fnatic roster. Hey, Jizuki's a great player. He would fit in for sure. Niski is doing fantastic for us, so that's not in the scope of the conversation. Why not go scrim there in the off season? Yeah, in the middle of in the middle of a pandemic, we're gonna boot camp. Why did Riot ban your tracksuits? I have no clue. Riot, they like you could see the whole thing with perks, right? Like it's some of these things that are in place are so ancient and like they're put into place for all the wrong reasons and they're kept into place because they worked in the past, you know? And that's so silly. Like, who gives a rat's ass if I wear a Fnatic branded tracksuit as I'm heading into draft? The idea that was portrayed in the beginning and where it came from when coaches were added to the scene was you're supposed to wear a business casual outfit, right? Because I believe the expectation back in season 5 was that they're going to get some, you know, book rats that didn't shower in 18 weeks, that they're going to wear some fucked up clothes that are going to be the coaches on stage, you know? And that is the thing that they wanted to, you know, put in place because they wanted the images of pictures. Like when you take a picture of the teams on stage, they wanted it to look professional because in the end they need to use that to sell the league. But now at this point in time, god damn it, you know, League of Legends is established enough for us to, you know, be able to branch out and to express ourselves, right? The same way the broadcast team is expressing themselves. I saw Ender wearing a t-shirt where it looked like, you know, a bunch of aliens or some shit, like a picture of some pavement and there's like this alien thing beaming down. He's wearing a t-shirt. God bless him, you know? Bam, he's wearing that thing and he's proud. Shox is wearing Queen. Boom. Vedius was wearing something weird this weekend too. Yeah, he was. He came straight from Hawaii, right? God bless him. He's enjoying himself, man. The man has a singing voice. He was in Hawaii, played the ukulele, you know? God bless him. And I don't get to wear a tracksuit? Jesus Christ. I don't get to wear a tracksuit. The same reason Perks doesn't get to, you know, he gets blinded and he can't give this piece of feedback. Yo, can we adjust this? Because I can't fucking see my screen. It's just, you know, archaic rules that were put in place for reasons that maybe were relatable in the past, but not so much, you know, in this moment in time. It's just sad. Why can't I wear a tracksuit? And the worst thing is, as well, you know, my tracksuits look better than most of these coaches' outfits, you know? Respect to Mac. Mac has some sick-ass ties, man. Mac has some good tie game. The man has some Gyarados ties. He has some good shit there, man. I really respect it. And that to me is, you know, thumbs up to Mac. Also want to split, man. Thumbs up to Mac. I had the honor of talking to Mac on a PGL. I was there with Mac and Kazi, and really down to earth, very empathic, relatable people. You know, very nice to talk to them. Maybe in the future we're going to have guests on the Voice of Yamato, and you know, it is what it is. Maybe we're going to bring in Mac. He seems to be a very cool guy. Grabs is a cool dude too. You know, we bonded over the whole tracksuit thing. Cause man, tracksuits are the shit, man. It's in the name. There's suits in the name, man. Just let us allow it, man. Allow it. God damn it, allow it. Let us wear some tracksuits. I'm busy, Elena. Yeah? Yeah? Let me do my business, Elena. Yahya Banur Elite. Let me tell you this, my friend. You know, everyone expects there's to be some kind of secret to get to the position that you dream of. Some kind of, password, some kind of key, some special technique that puts you where you want to be. But I can tell you this, most people know exactly what they want to do and what they need to do in order to get there, but they just don't do it. They just don't do it. Our mind is designed to conserve energy. Our mind is designed to stay away from things that might cause discomfort. Any type of progress in life, anything that is in terms of growth, is going to be uncomfortable. Growth is in nature uncomfortable. Anything that, puts you in that position, it's always the same. It's like how it's like, think of this, if someone's overweight, they know what they need to do, right? It's not like, yo, you should like, I'm sorry if someone's out there. It's like, if someone tells you, yo, you should try eating less, it's like, no fucking shit, right? Just growth is uncomfortable, right? Most people know exactly what they need to do. It's like, oh, you want to get better at League? Study the game. Study the game, learn from the best. Look at this endless library of games that you can study. Practice your game, review your own games, meditate, don't tilt, work on your mental things and elements that are very, very clear and obvious, but most people just choose not to do them. Our mind wants to conserve energy, and our mind wants to save us from shame. Our mind wants to save us from shame. It's shameful to face the fact that you suck at something. But in reality, that's the purest thing that you can do, It's always the same thing, right? You see someone play the piano at the highest level. You see, the only thing that you see is the final product. But that same person sucked donkey balls in the beginning playing piano. And then he figured it out. He stuck with it. He stuck with it. He stuck with it, put hours into it, and then boom, that's the product. Right? And the beauty and the beauty of this person playing the piano, the beauty of you respecting, appreciating someone that is so good at League as, for example, Upset, right? Is because you know the grueling hard work that is behind it. I think talent most of the time is the ability to naturally work hard. I think that to me is in a lot of cases talent, right? And when something naturally makes sense to someone, when it just clicks, it's like, oh, these are patterns where I can apply my own logic to, and I can find, an ability to apply myself, right? I think that's talent. I had the advantage that, like, I have a very addictive, obsessive personality. When I found League of Legends, I was like, okay, I want to figure this out. Well, what's going on here? I'm addicted to this game. All I can think about is this game. What is this? This is the build. This is, what did I do wrong? I need to get better. I need to beat this guy. I need to climb. I was addicted. I was obsessed. It was the only thing I cared about, right? That to me, that element of my personality was very, very powerful, because that obsession came before my idea of setting the goals that I want to achieve in life, right? So that was a very powerful aspect of my personality that helped me in the beginning, right? That obsession. So I know of this obsession now, so I'm very careful with like I'm very careful with trying different games or anything because I get obsessed. It takes over my mind. I need to be careful, right? I need to always remind myself. Sometimes with the boys, we play Mortal Kombat. When I lose in Mortal Kombat, something triggers in me. I need to shut it down. I need to tear it down, you know? Because I draw motivation and energy from different places, right? I lose against Wibu in Mortal Kombat. I'm like, fuck. Need to remind myself, this doesn't matter. Need to review the G. Need to look at our games. Need to focus on this. Yeah? Imara, I really respect you as a human. I mean, I don't know you in real life, but what I see from the internet, I really like you as a human, as a coach. Your positivity is really something else. Keep the good work up. You teach me some good things, even you don't know me. I really appreciate this. Thanks. I thank you for sharing this nice message. You know, if only one person is getting something from me talking to the camera, then I'm happy. You know, I'm very happy. What are your biggest book recommendations? I have some books next to me, right? Let me see what I have here. I really like this book, The Four Agreements. This is a fantastic, very short book. The book has 140 pages. Very, very nice. Very nice book. So the Four Agreements, we've talked about this book on this podcast many times. The first agreement, be impeccable with your word. The second agreement, don't take anything personally. There's so many things that happen in the world for so many different reasons. And that is, you're not at the center of that. I've realized, you know, that there's so many things going on in everyone's life. And in some shape or form, everyone sees themselves as the superhero in their own movie, right? But in reality, you know, we are very small in this very large world. And that can be a very damning thought. But a lot of the things that you get affected by happen for very different reasons, right? So it's important not to weigh that upon yourself. Like, oh, I am unlucky. I'm always the person that, you know, gets weighed down by the weight of the world. Because the world has a way of kicking you in the balls and keeping you down. And then the question is whether you get back up, right? There's no reason to take anything personally. There are a lot of things that are outside of your control that just happen. And in that moment, the challenge is, who are you going to be? You know? And sometimes, you know, in that thought that we are so small, right, in this world, can be damning, but in reality, something that helped me along the way. Because, you know, in history, like human history is going to be so long. It's going to extend for many, many years, right? It has already been a part of many years. We get to experience a small portion of it, and we get to be, you know, that the world is so large and so many things are happening at the same time, right? Like, I'm in this moment in time in my own room, and there's so many billions of things that are happening at the same time in this world where people are living their life, right? So many different things are occurring, and that might make it seem as if we are small, and that's true. But think of it like this. I have said the same to my players. You know, we are, as players, or not as players, sorry, as people, connected. Let's say in a lifetime, you meet, I believe Jordan Peterson said this, Dr. Jordan Peterson. In our lifetime, you meet, let's say, 1,000 people. Maybe more, maybe less. Let's say you meet 1,000 people in your lifetime. And these 1,000 people meet thousands of people. And then these people meet thousands of people. So thousands 1,000 times 1,000 is 1,000,000, and then 1,000,000 times 1,000, and all of a sudden, you've gotten very far. And in some strange shape or form, the world is very connected. If you walk down the street and you smile towards someone, maybe you make that person's day better, and that person is going to make a different person's day better. Right? It's crazy. And that to me that inspires me to make the most out of the opportunities that I have in the day. Don't you think that it's a society that made us evolve in a lazy way somehow, with all the tech and stuff that is supposed to help us and facilitate our lifestyle? I think, humans are not evolving at the same pace as technology is evolving. And that comes with dangers, right? There's a lot of things that preys on human nature in our day-to-day, right? There's a lot of items in the shop that are designed to speak to the addiction of man. Advertisement is, in essence, a virus that they are trying to plant in your mind, preying on the aspects that you will remember. Bright colors, sound, logos, ads. It's like it's an advertisement for a piece of gum, okay? And then it's like they're rollerblading, boom, skateboarding, and then all of a sudden there's a rocket ship flying by, and then this person who skateboards dodges it. He looks cool while doing it, and then he kisses the girl. Boom, they make out. It looks sexy. It looks hot. Boom, Yamato Cannon gum. And then in your mind, you're like, what the fuck is this ad? But it just puts a little, in your subconscious mind, it just places something there, right? And obviously, I'm not the person to make an advertisement, because what I just described would probably not sell at all. It would probably be very expensive to make. But the point is, there's a lot of things in our day-to-day that really prey on this human nature of ours. There's a lot of like sugar, like our addiction to sugar. In the past it was very useful if you found something sugary in nature, like make sure to eat a shit ton. We found some berries in the forest. We need to eat as many of these berries as possible and store that for the winter that is coming. But now sugar is so accessible, and we still have this pronounced addiction to it if you eat it. Cigarettes. What on earth are cigarettes? Who invented cigarettes? What on earth is cigarettes? And I'm saying this as I used to smoke. I smoked for like 3-4 years of my life, right? And I smoked like a motherfucker. And in the end, like, who invented these cigarettes? The whole idea of it is that it preys on human nature, right? In the same way, Twitter preys on human nature. A lot of things that are designed and are meant to sell prey on human nature. And in that shape or form, Poogie, to come back to you to question, there are many things that are in place that, disable us as humans. There's a lot of challenges we need to face. There's a lot of traps. You walk outside and there's a lot of traps, right? There's advertisement everywhere. It's a fucking Truman Show. Twitter. Twitter, Facebook, all of these websites have every incentive to keep you on the website. YouTube has every incentive to keep you on the website. Games as well. Games have every incentive to keep you playing, right? What is this thing that makes us want to queue up after game after game, after getting fisted and getting annoyed and getting angry? We keep queuing up. One more game, and now it's 5 a.m, and in the back of our mind, we are all the time knew that it's a bad idea. We knew it was bad, I realized this when I was playing World of Warcraft back in the old days. Everything was just a... It's like, you level up. I remember I loved the sound of leveling up when I was a kid. Right? I just loved the noise that the game made when I leveled up. Ding. What a dopamine release that was. Bring. Woo. That sound. When I was a child, I lived for that sound. Kept making new characters. I love headshot sounds in Battlefield. Yeah, it's just that there are certain elements in the game that just, ooh, yeah, I want this. You know? MMO is just addiction simulator. It is. It is. For me, it was crushing other people's egos. The bigger the ego, the better it felt. Yeah, that's just the nature of competition, right? That's the nature of competition. And I think, I'm assuming, you know, love to hear the first blood sound. Yes, like there's so many things in place that just that are just created to prey on human nature. But nevertheless, it's a bit hard to watch when you stream as a monologue, bro. And this is me talking. Well, what else would it be? It's just it's me talking. I don't know what else you're expecting. It is a monologue. This is the voice of Yamato. It's called the voice of Yamato. What else would it be? You want to play a chess game for 100 subs? So basically, chess 1v1, if you win, I gift you 100 subs. I am down to take that challenge. Let's rock and roll, my friend. Hey, Peanut. Are you here? Get rooked. What is your chess.com name? Did you use the TCG on the shelf behind you? No, it's Pokemon. Are you playing Get Rooked or no? Are you still here? Get Rooked. You made a bet for 100 gifted subs. Okay. He's just a pussy, oh. Well, he's actually here. Okay. Let's check what people asked in the Twitter. And then we check it out. Maybe about LEC teams and how they got better and better compared to before. We already talked about that. Reasons why less ideal outcomes that are replicable and can be achieved more consistently are better than ideal scenarios that are hardly achievable and take more effort. This concept is applied in every field in real life, yet in LoL scene, since it's young, it isn't mentioned directly. Well, I think in a world where you are not, you know, the game isn't figured out, right? The game isn't figured out, and trying to play the perfect game is very rare. And in a lot of cases, the concept comes across like I pretty much coined the concept of activity over precision, right? If you are playing a game where you need to take less decisions to win, the easier the game is going to become, right? But the higher the level that you put yourself at and the more you need to squeeze out of every opportunity, the more activity you need to have. And then with that in mind, some of the precision is going to lack, right? Because you're not, pushing yourself towards that one specific, decision. And I think this is applied in many shapes or form, but not exactly in the way that you described it. Sorry, was AFK, do you accept the challenge? I do accept the challenge. Do you make plans against teams depending on how they played in scrims or official matches? Well, both. One thing asks. We do research on both. Victus asks how to get a girlfriend no cap. Well, it's much less about going out there and searching for a girlfriend, because with this in mind, you're going to be weird. You're going to be creepy. It is better to prepare yourself for the moment the right person shows up in your life. So work on yourself as much as possible. Better yourself. Work on the things that are important to you and improve on yourself. So when that person shows up in your life, you are as good as you can be. And in order for you to, find that special someone, expose yourself to things that are of interest to you. It is quite difficult in the pandemic. It is quite difficult in the life that we're living. But if you have interest in music, maybe you go out and see a couple of live shows, maybe you meet some new people, expose yourself to the things that you do enjoy and are passionate about, and then you'll find like-minded individuals. And then maybe in that you'll find the person that is right for you. Hey, Munchables. Good to see you, my friend. Because, if you go out there and you're actively, I need a girlfriend. I don't know why I said that like a Looney Tunes character. But yeah, you get me. Let's play soon. Woody Woodpecker, yes. Let's 1v1 soon, get rooked. Book recommendations. I have some. Let's see what books I have here. The Art of War, as this book recommendation is as old as. I even have notes. I even have notes. Let's take a look here. What I've noted. All right, let's see what I've noted. I've noticed things that I feel I can apply in my own life. So, this is page number 13. The Art of War, Tactical Dispositions. Number 2. To secure ourselves against defeat lies in our own hands, but the opportunity of defeating the enemy is provided by the enemy himself. Whew. Jesus. Do I need to say any more? Buy this book today. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it is definitely a meme. But just the wisdom that is in this book. Listen to this. I just listen to this. It is the rule in war, if our forces are 10 to the enemy's 1, to surround him, if 5 to 1, to attack him, if twice as numerous, to divide our army into 2. Oof. Brilliant. In war, let your great object be victory, not lengthy campaigns. See? The US government could have used this one. Have you ever read Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance? I have not read The Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. Let's see what else I marked here. Let's see what else. Can you speak German? Yes, I can. Let's see what else I marked. I marked a lot of stuff in this book. Move not unless you see an advantage. Use not your troops unless there is something to be gained. Fight not unless the position is critical. The God of War. The Four Agreements. There's also a meme at this point to recommend this book. This one, actually, Unlimited wrote about this book on Twitter, and I picked it up, and it was a good read, honestly. Robert Greene, smart guy. Mastery. I haven't read through it, but so far it seems good, and I have, as my bookmark, I have this Italian Hitmontop card. Someone scammed me. I bought a Hitmontop to fill my collection, and as you can see, it's Italian. Calci a ripetizione. As just a little anecdote. And then what else do I have? 48 Laws of Power. My father read this book in Arabic, so I bought this book. But you asked for book recommendations, and honestly, I wouldn't recommend this book because I think this book in the hand of the wrong people is dangerous, because it's just a book of how to manipulate people. Okay, get rooked. How many languages do you speak? I speak 5 languages. Let's go get rooked. Let's go. Have you heard about Miyamoto Musashi? I've heard Miyamoto Musashi. I believe it's the Book of 5 Rings, no? 21 Rules for Life. I don't know the 21. I just know the Book of 5 Rings. The Book of 5 Rings is very similar to the Four Agreements. What I like the sentiment, do your best in everything. That is the life of samurai. To do your best in everything. They did their best in calligraphy, they did their best in their cooking, they did their best in their tea rituals. They did their best always. Because in that, if you always do your best, you're always as truthful as possible. You know? Let's go to Liechtenstein. Get rooked. Oh, I accidentally just randomly started the game with a random. Let me create a game. Get rooked. I don't know how to create this game. Let me just open Twitch and I'll DM you. 400 subs.
Able to build up for the other players. Great hold.
Thank you, Ersan. I DM'd you the link to Liches. Get rooked. Hop in there. Okay, let me just show the game. I'll burn some of my own time for that. We don't mind. We don't mind. All right. So he offered 100 gifted subs. Keep in mind, I'll know very quick if you're using an engine, my friend. I don't remember the line from here. I believe this is the way. I believe this is the way. But I'm not certain. Hmm. I might have screwed up already. Maybe I blundered the game already. Not sure. Yep. I can't capture the pawn. Can I? I think I have to. I think if I don't, it's terrible. And then at this point, I have to defend my rook like this. I have to defend against mate. Our homie is not fucking around, Mr. Get Rooked. I believe there's no other way to defend this mate. Bishop to g5 is coming. I don't know how to defend. Really don't know how to defend. I guess this is the defense against bishop g5. I will just move this here in case I need to castle and get the fuck out. This will be my escape. What was this for? To be honest, I don't understand this move too much. So I believe I will try to continue my development and attack this central pawn with my bishop. But also at the same time I shouldn't be talking, because Rook is listening. Now he's defending it. But either way, I don't mind. Ah. I don't know if castling is correct here. Because if I castle, the infiltration begins. And I'm not so happy about that. I think the move is rook to d8. I'm holding on, I'm holding on. I really like the Lichess interface. I have to say I've been quite inactive when it comes to my chess. I believe maybe I have an opportunity here. I'm going to go for it. Fuck. That is very bad. There's gonna be a double attack on my bishop. Yeah. I guess. Shibal. Need to defend myself against mate in one. Yeah, I guess there's another mate in one that I didn't see. Jesus. I got annihilated. Let's see what happened here. This was just terrible, I guess. Why does this work? Oh, blind. I missed this all along. Oh man, how could I miss this? I am very sad that I missed this. I thought this. I just didn't see it. Honestly, I didn't realize that my king is on that file, and it was just bad. The e5 pawn was poisoned. Yes, it was. It was very poisoned indeed. Okay, I think that's a good place to end the Voice of Mara episode. It was a bit of a different twist to it. Challenge for 100 gifted subs, but I lost it, so forgive me for everyone that's watching. Because that would have been amounted. That would have been a, you know, that would have been a sub for almost every viewer in the chat. Nevertheless, well played, get rooked. Some final notes on the boys. Ups is doing fucking well. Is that a Chef Wednesday hat? No, this is October's very own hat. I don't know what a Chef Wednesday hat is, man. Sorry. Ups is doing fucking well. Just a brief update on the boys. Ups is doing well. Adam's doing well. Wilbur Jungle, Smurfing. Group is doing well. Everyone's happy. The atmosphere is good. We're going to work on things, you know. The Shaka loss did sting, you know, it did sting. It cut a bit deep. I thought you have to gift him 100 subs now. No way. Like, I don't have that kind of money. I'm poor. Yeah, I'm very happy with the trajectory of the team, both on like a individual level and also on a team level. But nevertheless, I have some EDG to catch up to. So thank you so much for watching. Please, you know, if you got to this point of the podcast, bless you and bless your face. Please check your Twitter message. Greetings. Can I have the stream, please? The man's busy. You seem super disciplined. Did you serve the military? No, I didn't. I wish I was more disciplined. Papa bless. Cheers for the stream. Cheers, Munchables. Good to see you, brother. Good to hear your voice as well on the various broadcasts. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye.